liberals want you to accept, and that's the biggest part. They want you to accept that we've ran our deficit so high, we've caused inflation.
Cost of living rising. Like the other day, my parents got handed like a rent increase.
We talked about sacrifices, how the youth, we're going to have to sacrifice the next years, and youth are already sacrificing enough. What I think of the current government is that they're not doing a terrible job at managing the economy. They're doing a terrible job at managing crime, for example. Past 10 years, pretty much by every metric, it's been going down. And only the bad ones going up. Inflation, immigration rates that, we can't control.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madame et Monsieur, today we're at Pierre Poilievre's rally in downtown Toronto, where young Canadians are gathering under the No More Sacrifices. The message comes in direct response to Prime Minister Mark Carney's recent comment, urging Canadians to prepare for the economic sacrifices. But many young people say they have already been sacrificing for years, and they're calling for a new kind of leadership that focuses on hope and opportunity. Before we get into this video, feel free to subscribe and like this video. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel to grow a lot. Anyways, what made you come out today,
Hey man, the reason why I came out here today is because every time I've just been seeing my mom and she's been struggling with her mortgages, and also every time I also been noticed that both you and me, both of us, we're cooked on never owning a home. So that's why we out here, man. We out here. And also this is the thing is that a lot of people don't realize that, they try to accuse people of this or that, this movement is something unfriendly, but no, look at us, look around. You see every single person right here, all the youth on board with the next Prime Minister of Canada, Pierre Poilievre, on board to make a better life.
What do you think about the current state of Canada?
Well, see, here's the thing. I think it's very bad. And I think on Pierre's speech and what he touched in is that the liberals want you to accept. And that's the biggest part. They want you to accept that we've ran our deficit so high, we've caused inflation, we've made housing unaffordable. And then they want to act like it's just great. And if you say otherwise, well, you don't like Canada. So I think Canada right now is doing quite poorly, right? I still love my country. I'll always be proud of it. That's why we need a change. That's why Pierre needs to be Prime Minister, so we can make this country much better, right? Not just accept for the status quo, not accept what the liberals have done. Fight against it.
How many subscribers are you at now?
We're about to hit 30K actually. So if you're watching this video, you're not subscribed, you better hit it. Tell them, come on, tell them.
Subscribe guys, he's great.
Anyways, coming from a young Ghanaian, I have a quick question for you. What makes you so excited to see the Conservative Party step in there?
Well, I mean, they're promising a lot of good stuff, and Carney, he's not really promising anything new, you could say. He's promising more of the same, and he's not delivering on a lot of what he is promising that is new, right? Like he said he's going to get us a deal with Trump, he said he's going to get us a deal with different countries. He hasn't been doing much. Canada's still in the same place. It's actually gotten kind of worse because we've shrunk in the G7.
Yeah.
Our domestic product has gone down, our GDP. So yeah.
Would you say there's still hope for our generation?
Yes, because of people like you. Because of people like you, And
thank you.
No problem. But there is still hope as long as we can get the Conservatives in, and we can make sure that we don't keep going in the wrong direction.
What are some policies that you want to see being addressed in this country?
Biggest one's housing, right? The fact is at the amount of houses that we are doing, it's not sustainable. Now, secondly to that, immigration, right? I'm very pro-immigration. Welcome people who want to come here. Absolutely. You want to come here and you want to have a better life? Absolutely. But the thing is, it has to be done responsibly. And it has to be done fairly to the people of Canada and also to the immigrants. What does that mean? It means you have to take in consideration housing, jobs, healthcare, education, infrastructure, highways, transit, everything that's required to see a population and growth like we have seen with the liberals needs to be taken in. So I would say address immigration first, right? That is our biggest issue right now, is that we are taking people in at an unsustainable level, right? And the other thing is at that unsustainable level, I question how much the vetting has been done. And like that's been seen, we have let many people in here with criminal records. We've let known terrorists into our country. So I think that needs to be addressed as the biggest issue, and that that will solve our housing, our deficits, a lot of it, when immigration is done sustainably.
And if you want me asking you, what do you think about the current government right now? You know, what do you think about Mark Carney? With Mark Carney being in power for the past 7 months, we know Mark Carney, when he won the election, he was talking about a lot of things. He made a lot of promises.
He was talking about, oh, he's the best candidate to stand up to Donald Trump and this, that. But look at around, because of, like, the $70 million ad. Yeah, with him and Doug Ford. Now, because of that ad, Donald Trump, legit President Trump said, nah, I ain't gonna try to do no more deals with you anymore. He's like, nah, since you put out that ad, I'm gonna stop talking to you. I don't want to connect with you. None of that. You pissed off he literally said that that's legit foreign interference, because the way Doug Ford made that ad, he was trying to influence the U.S. Supreme Court, because the case was already going on with Donald Trump and his terror and like the tariff situation and all of that.
Coming from an 18-year-old, what made you, come out to this event?
I've been involved in conservative politics ever since I was in grade 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was mostly pushed into it because I was getting tired of all the liberal propaganda with their gender ideology BS. So I sort of just decided, you know what? I'm going to support the other side, try to get rid of this.
Just trying to get rid of them, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And what are some policies that you like that the conservative are putting up?
Well, I like that he has the idea of scrapping Bill C-65, the infamous catch and release bill. Like, there's no other country like Canada where you could get released like 5 times and still keep getting released over and over again. No matter how many crimes you commit, you could still keep getting out.
Definitely Bill C-75, the catch and release, it's no good for anyone. It doesn't even matter what political side you believe in. That's something that should be gone.
So my name is Dylan Reed. I'm 19. I'm a cancer survivor, and my career aspiration is politics. I believe that Pierre is the best for the country. That's why I attended this. The best campaign promises would be the end of the temporary foreign workers program, because that's a major issue, and my generation faces the brunt of the issue, as they can't even get an entry-level fast food job when they used to be a dime a dozen, right? And also the international student program, that's another big one, because they were exploiting the system, coming in fraudulently, all that other stuff. So we're facing reduced numbers, but we had to do that, which resulted in cuts to college courses, which I myself was affected by. And also, during last campaign phase, Pierre was talking about a blue seal for doctors and nurses, immigrant doctors and nurses. That really resonates with me because of my illness I mentioned previously. I do not have a family doctor, so I feel that would really, really help me. So, hope.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, man, but I love that fact that you're aware of what's going on and you know what you want. I really respect that. I love that. So, my friend, I know we just talked about Pierre Poilievre. Clearly, you're here today because you feel like there's hope with Pierre Poilievre. So, my question for you is, what's something that you want to see being addressed? Maybe it's something that the Conservative Party that hasn't announced, for an example. So, coming from your bottom of your heart, what's something that you want to see being addressed in this country?
The homelessness and drug addiction epidemic, that's a really big one. I'm from a smaller city in Ontario, here in Ontario, called Belleville. We had 14 overdoses in one day last year, and 13 of them were within 1 hour. So I would really like to see the reduction of that. That is a provincial matter, but safe injection sites, Pierre talked about putting an end to those. I'd like to see that gone, and sooner rather than later. But because it's gotten so far out of hand under the Liberals, it's going to be really tough to tackle.
So you're graduating this year, basically?
I am, yeah. And in spring, yeah.
What's something you're going to miss about university?
Oh man, I mean, we're in school now, you kind of have like this blanket, but once you graduate, you're out in the real world and it's on you, man. I mean, it's exciting, but it's also scary. I mean, especially at a time like now, and nothing's a guarantee these days. You're not guaranteed to get a job, you're not guaranteed nothing, so you gotta go out there and work for it, right? We're not heading in the right direction. I mean, there's a lot going on. You see a turnout like tonight at a youth event where, I mean, I think the importance of tonight is contrasting it with what we saw last week from the Prime Minister when he was in Ottawa. He talked about sacrifices, how the youth, we're going to have to sacrifice the next few years, and youth are already sacrificing enough, as Pierre said tonight, so I think it's an important contrast to see what was said last week from the Prime Minister and his vision, and then you come to see Pierre this week. He's about optimism. He's saying, no, you don't have to sacrifice more, you deserve more, and we do deserve more, so we got to work for it, but we deserve a lot better than what we have. well, really just to hear the words of Pierre Poilievre, which is a person I really admire. He is a great guy. You know, he has a lot of promises for us young people who are really struggling in this country. I really love his message. I feel like I was coming here with the expectation to, you know, get a little bit more of him, and I definitely did. I'm gonna exit this event with, you know, more hope, as I said, because, you know, that's exactly what we need, hope. And I believe that I'm gonna be leaving this event with more than hope. I'm gonna be leaving this with, you know, a reason to keep going, to keep fighting, and just to keep you know, kind of working along the conservatives.
You inspire me to get up and come to these events as well too, because I can say my voice has been outspoken a lot of times. You know, I have a lot of people who have mixed views on things that I have views on, but I think a lot of people forget too as well is that when it came back in the days, no matter what I stand for now, I was always the same person they knew back then. So if I'm concerned about, you know, jobs, if I'm concerned about crime, if I'm concerned about drugs, if I'm concerned about, you know, we can get into Temporary Foreign Workers Act as well too. You know, most people will look at it and be like, oh, you know, you're a racist, or, you know, you're this, you're that. But it's like, if you don't see an influx of individuals taken upon a job that where safety regulations are not being followed to the full extent, and people are getting injured at work, and most importantly, you're also complaining about you not being able to find work. What do you currently see right now happening in these workforces? They are being overrun by people who are being flooded into this country, promised a dream where they are unable to achieve because they're drowning in debt themselves, trying to keep up with a system that is not technically built for them. That leads to them getting paid $18 to $19 an hour, going home, paying off a Honda Accord, you know, loan that they're paying out, and half of these foreign workers can't even afford that. So what does that lead? That leaves them to leave the country and debt for us to pay. So people don't even take in that, you know, to that extent. They don't even go to that far extent to understand that they don't have any ties to stay here after shit hits the fan. They will just up and cut, you know. But I'm also seeing a lot of young people working and being abused in these fields as well. So even though it is hard to find jobs, even though these employers are giving them the jobs, they are also using them in a way to say, well, you know what, you guys are crying for jobs, you want jobs this bad? Well, we're going to pay you $20 an hour, but we're going to get you to do this, do that, do this, and do that. And when you complain about this, we're going to put you on the target list, you know, in HR, so that if you do complain again or whatever it is, we'll find whatever we can find to pitpock you and then fire you and get somebody else to take over the job. So there is a big shift happening between that. So yeah, man. So I just gotta say, keep on voicing. I can go on for hours about what I've witnessed, but keep on asking those questions. Don't be discouraged by anybody in the comment sections, because, you know, when you see those comments, you know you're doing something right. Trust me. If you got my black ass out here, brother, you already know.
Thank you so much.
Looking around, past 10 years, pretty much by every metric, it's been going down, and only the bad ones going up. Inflation, immigration rates that, you know, we can't control, whereas food prices are also going up. It's reverse of what it should be, given the resources that Canada has. Look at every single graph, every single statistic, even the way people feel, things that can't be measured. Like Pierre spoke about hopelessness and how that's been spreading. It's these things that you can't see on a graph, but you know that they're spreading.
What's the message you have for the Gen Zs out there?
Hey, the message that I got for all the Gen Zs out here, like both of us here, always, doesn't matter, whatever you think, you should actually do your research, know who you're voting for, and know who's the right person. And we see there's no other person who is willing to support the youth much other than Pierre Poilievre. Name me the last time Mark Carney would ever stand on a podium and say, I want to support you, I want to do this, I want to do that. No, he's just in it for Brookfield, fam.
I don't know, I just recognize you. I've been subscribed to you on YouTube. I love watching your videos. Just like, I've seen you grow over time, and I'm just making.
So you're an OG. You're an OG.
I'm an OG, yeah, 100%.
I love that. I love that.
I'll like skip over all the really high following accounts just to watch your videos. I'm not even kidding. As a young person, and I know how it is when you have other people that you don't necessarily want to say your beliefs to, but you're just out there. So I really appreciate you doing that. 100%.
just capture the voices. Especially right now, we live in a world where a lot of people want to be heard and they don't have a platform, or some of them are scared to start that first, their first social media, first account, because they feel like they don't have the numbers. After all, it's competitive in this field.
Yes. So what are people going to say about you?
Exactly. And I already have the platform. I've been doing it for a while. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to the streets.
Yes.
I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care what color you are.
Yes.
Your voice matters.
Yes.
So I stand for the people.
I appreciate that
And
so much.
and you just, the fact that you're able to see that, I really respect you,
Yeah,
and I appreciate that.
as well.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet
It was nice
you.
meeting you too.
It's so great.
So you subscribe, right?
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Can you do me a favor though?
Yeah.
Can you tell the haters out there who are not subscribed to just subscribe?
Subscribe. 100%. You will not regret it.
Because I'm trying to grow a big platform here.
Yeah.
I'm sure one day I want to be able to go from province to province doing documentaries on no one has ever seen.
Be a part of it. One day when he's really big, be an OG like me.
Well said. Thank you so much. I appreciate
nice
you. What's
to
your name?
meet you. Ella.
Ella. Nice to meet you, Ella. All right, y'all. That is the end of the video. I forgot to do my outro when I was there. So if you made it this far, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. Feel free to subscribe and like this video. Join the community. I'd really appreciate it. I have better videos coming out in the future. Anyways, guys, remember, spread the love, not the hate. Take care. God bless.